us. Usually Deryk is more behind cameras on our Unplugged show on Wednesdays, but the next couple of weeks, will be kind of trying some new things out with different co-hosts and different dynamics and possible guests and things. So bear with us.
They had to call big dogs out. Big dogs in the chat, y'all. So what's going on, Sherri? How was your week?
It's been pretty good. I didn't do anything too crazy. Yesterday, I decided to go to Denver. I got lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, and then I went to the museum.
Who'd you go with?
My man's.
Your man's, my man.
Ew, Deryk.
What's his nationality? What's his ethnicity?
White.
He's white?
Yes, Caucasian.
Caucasian male?
Yes.
What kind of white is he?
Just white.
Is he like a German white or like a Europe
just white.
UK white? Just white.
Yes.
He's one of those guys. Just white. That's just all right.
Mm-hmm. How's your week been?
My week's been pretty eventful. What did I do? So Pueblo Savings Guide. If you guys want to add in that magazine, the best magazine in Pueblo, hit me up. We'll get you right. We'll get you in front of 10,000 eyes. What happened, bro? Fucking, how much do I want to say of this? I got into like an argument with someone about like, okay. How often does your man's compliment you?
Pretty often.
Pretty often?
Yeah.
Like what does he say?
Like anything. Compliments me, like physically, what I'm doing. Like if I'm cooking or something, just like literally anything.
What about, okay, let's keep it strictly physical compliments. Like how many times a week?
Like I could not count.
Really?
Yeah, I really could.
He's always like, "You're pretty. You're beautiful."
Yeah, very
Damn,
frequently.
that guy doing too
and
much.
I do the same.
Really? You call him handsome all the time?
Yeah, handsome, pretty,
Man, see, I guess like,
all sorts of stuff.
how long you guys been seeing each other?
A year and a few months now.
Oh wow, so it's serious. It's serious business.
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Oh wait, say it louder with your chest.
I said, yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Like, yeah,
Sorry, I
like,
keep
yeah, that's
talking. I keep talking further away from the mic. My bad.
Okay, that's fair.
Why is a girl mad at you or something?
Well, I'm not like a huge complimenter in general. I find it kind of weird to,
Like awkward?
not awkward, just like weird. Like obviously I could tell someone, "Oh, you look good," but just to always, if you always need a compliment, I'm like, damn fool, like you ain't got no confidence in you.
Well, people don't need one. It's just nice. Why you make everything sound like a chore? That's probably why they're mad at you.
It is a chore.
And that's why you don't need to be with anyone or messing with someone if everything's such a chore. Like, I don't fuck with anyone with any type of platonic or romantic relationship where everything's a chore. I'm like, you sound miserable. You sound like you just need to be around you and not other people.
And I think you're a little bit right with that. You know, I feel like, some people find validation in life in like relationships, or some people find validation in life in career success or personal family success.
Yeah.
And I think I find more satisfaction in life with at this point in my life, like business success and working, and just I find it very, very tedious to pour into someone else's cup.
That's fair.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's
I
how
mean,
my
as long
week's
as
been.
you're honest about it.
Yeah, that's how my week's been. But that's also what does that say about me? I'm an asshole.
Not really.
Probably.
I'm just honest.
That's fair. But other than that,
Better than using people when you know that you don't want to pour into someone else's cup at the moment.
that's true.
Yeah.
I want to freaking nut on their cup, nut in their cup.
Oh my god.
That's what always gets. That's what always gets us guys.
You're insane.
I'm not joking, Sherri.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, other than that, my week. That's it. That's where I'll end it. What do you got?
I know. I was like, what do I want to talk about first? Well, guess we can get this one out of the way first. We actually, right before we turned on the cameras, I recently mentioned, shout out Doobie Danks, how we went to Waffle House the other night and that shit was good as fuck. Shout out Waffle House and their amazing fucking hash brown bowls and Tabasco packets to go and amazing customer service. But it got me thinking though, like, what is like your favorite after hour spot, or like your late, like, even if it's not technically somewhere that's open, like if you could have like anywhere open, what would be like your dream place to go get some like late night food when you're all like fucked up and stuff after a night of like going out?
I mean, like, could a buffet be an option?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, just imagine anything's open.
I know most people don't like it because they say it's kind of gross, but I guess I'm kind of gross. I like some Golden Corral.
I literally had Golden Corral last week.
It's good.
Yeah, I don't know why I was randomly craving it. I was like, you know what? I haven't gone to Golden Corral in a couple of years. I was like, I'll do that.
Yeah, I always get the same shit.
And it wasn't bad. It was like, I remember when I went like years and years ago before the pandemic, it was kind of like gross and run down because I used to go a bunch when I was a kid and stuff. But then like I went this time and I was like, oh, this shit's like really clean. Everything was like really good quality. It was like nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty chill.
You know, I think the buffets, people just have a misconception in their head that, well, maybe it's not, maybe they are dirty, but
well, no, I've definitely seen some really nasty dirty buffets. Like nowadays I've noticed like buffets are better in like bigger cities and stuff, like capitals or like main cities, but like even in places like Vegas I've noticed like their buffets, it's so like they have so many like hotels and it's only like this many that it's just like actual good quality buffets.
Was that it? You just held up a zero?
Well, like there's like
fist.
this many.
Oh,
like,
oh, okay. I see.
Proportion.
I see. Yeah, I see. I guess I
feel like I would do Chinese food.
Chinese buffet, or just Chinese food. Just regular.
I don't even give a fuck. I would want like some takeout from
Number
like
3.
one of my favorite Chinese places, or I want some like Korean food or something. That'd be good as fuck.
Yeah, those Koreans, man, they fucking, I don't give a shit if it's cat or not. They're cooking it up right.
Oh my god, Deryk, you're insane.
I'm serious. I wonder how that rumor got spread that Asian people cook cats. Like, where'd that start?
I'm sure there are people or cultures out there overseas and stuff, probably even here, that eat cats, but more so it's more common that like they do dogs. Like I'm pretty sure it's in China and it's called the Yulin or the Yulane dog festival. I don't know how active it is nowadays, but I know like more so well into like the 2010s they were still like doing it, where they just like really like deformed dogs, like random just street dogs, because like the countries like where there are fucking dogs like every fucking where.
Deform them?
Well, no, they just literally just like catch them like you would any other animal and just like take the fur off, eat them. Yeah, they don't like keep them in cages or torture them or nothing. They just like take them, kill them, eat them, do a big festival about it. I don't know how current it is, but that is what that's called, and I'm pretty sure that takes place in China, or took place, if they don't.
Oh, not Fido.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not. I haven't really heard or seen the cat thing. It's more so dogs.
Yeah.
But like obviously growing up, always hearing dumbass rumors about every fucking body. So.
And I don't see any problem with people eating dogs.
Well, yeah, no, I don't really judge it. Like obviously, would I eat a dog? No, there are like a lot of regular animals here that people eat in like the States that I personally would never try. But
like
at the end, like deer, and I'm just not into it.
Oh, yeah.
But like. I don't know, like, I don't really judge it because, like, I guess it's just because, like, one, how I was raised, and then my own views, like, I don't really think anybody's culture of food should really be judged because, like, just because that's not something I'm used to, or it's not, like, my culture or whatever, or something that my palate doesn't care for, it doesn't mean that it's bad or wrong, or, like, these people are weird because they do it. I'm just like, it's just not for me, so.
Yeah. Now, those motherfuckers that eat bugs are pretty weird. Like, they got like,
I can't bring myself to try a bug. I just can't do it. I'm like, I'm so scared of bugs. Makes me squeamish.
You could eat any meat, and I'd be pretty fine with Like, I guess, like, the most taboo meat I could think of would be, like, what, human?
I think the craziest things meat wise that I've eaten, not super crazy, so probably lowest on the tier, like calamari, so squid, and then probably next up would be what's it called? Like alligator, and then probably like caviar, number one.
Those aren't that weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, weird. They're not really weird. But to some people, they're like, what the fuck? But I'm just like, I think, what the fuck, when people are like, oh, I love gamey meat, or I love deer and venison, and I love, what's it called? I love, like, snake and freaking rabbit and stuff. I'm like, oh, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a fan. Like, the amount of times, like, I just literally, I've, like, been presented so many times to try deer, and I just can't do it. I'm just like, I just don't imagine that tasting
You
good.
ever had a pig's foot?
Yeah, actually I have tried that because my mom like made them once when we were kids just so we could try it, and I was just not a fan. I even remember one time I didn't try it because the smell was fucking horrid, but I remember one of my grandmas when I was younger, she came to visit, and I walked in the house and I literally almost threw up, and I was like, what is that rancid smell? And she was like, oh, I'm making chitlins, and I was fucking horrified. I was like, who the fuck's just out here eating pig intestines? Like, that just sounds like you're just trying to get a disease. Like,
I think a lot of people are still.
well, no, I know they do. I even see them in the stores, but I'm just like, I can't even. I will never forget that smell. The smell was fucking horrible.
Mexicans eat that shit all the time. It's called tripa.
Like, I'm not
Cow
even a
intestine.
fan of, like, pork rinds and stuff like that.
Oh, no?
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan.
Damn. That's a cuisine for where I'm from. Put a little bit of chili on that.
No, like, it always looks so good. Like, I'll watch the videos when they fry up the super huge one and stuff with, like, the green, like, chili, but it looks so good. But I'm just like, I know I would take one bite and I would hate it. I'd be like, not for me.
Yeah, I'm a pretty adventurous eater, except for ass. But I'll eat anything once.
I don't know. I'm like, I feel like the older I get, I'm trying to like be more adventurous when it comes to eating. But at the end of the day, I know I'm just like a picky eater at heart. So I just like still have my limits, like with certain textures and things. I'm just like, ugh. Or if it smells really off, I'm like, can't do it. Like the other day, I went to Juicy's with my friends, and I was like watching them slurp oysters, and I was so grossed out. I was like,
It's an aphrodisiac.
yeah, they were slurping oysters. They were eating crawfish. Like, I don't even like crawfish.
Getting
like,
all horny and juicy.
that was just gross. I was just like trying to eat my snow crab in peace. I was like, fuck that.
But they were getting horny.
No, they were just slurping nasty ass cold oysters that just looked so fucking dirty and gross. I was like, if y'all get sick, remember this moment. Gross.
Yeah. Don't come dripping over to me. Horny with your horny ass.
Oh my god. Ridiculous. Alrighty. So, the other topics that I have tonight. Did you watch any of the Olympics at all this year?
Not really. I saw the breakdancing fiasco with Stingray from Australia.
Oh my god, that was so
Or
insane.
Raygun. I don't forget her name.
Yeah, I think her name was Raygun.
Raygun. Yeah, she's the black. She's what black people wish they could be. She's got the rhythm, the flow. She's got the bravery. Did you watch her?
You're insane. Anyways, this bitch was so insane and fucking horrible. Fuck Raygun for real. The way I literally was so shocked and appalled because, like, even in, like, early 2000s parody movies where they're super being, like, do the most ridiculous breakdancing, I've never in my life, like, when she rolled in the floor like a fucking gator, I was, if I was her opponent, I'd be like, am I being pranked right now? Like, this is insane. And then, like, I looked into her, and apparently the whole breakdancing community has, like, a bunch of drama and, like, really dislikes her. And I was just like, okay, like, I know she, like, sucks at dancing, but, like, why do you guys, like, hate her? Like, what the fuck? And then, like, apparently she secretly donated and created, like, a breakdancing foundation so they can get funding and, like, get, like, taken more seriously on a higher level so they can, like, do things like the Olympics and stuff. And then she literally, the minute they got announced that breakdancing was for the Olympics, she pulled all these young ass kids funding that she promised them while they're under her training. And then she goes to the Olympics and does that shit with all this money that she promised them for funding. And like so many people have it like documented and shit, and just like had other things that like I didn't get to read into, but like other things that they were just saying that she's like documented and doing, and how they're just like, yeah, she's not actually a professional breakdancer, and she's not even like in the scene. Like this woman is like cosplaying breakdancing, and then like she even had an interview where she tried to be like, oh, it was like my social experiment in I was like, don't do that fake cop out when someone does some dumb shit and they're like, this was a social experiment. I'm like, was it a social experiment?
Well, I feel like it's obvious. You're from Australia. You're obviously not, from the mecca of hip hop, California, West Coast or whatever. You're the farthest from that as possible. So if you're putting your kids in breakdancing classes in Australia, you're already working backwards. Motherfucker, go pick up a boomerang, go pick up a didgeridoo.
You're insane. Australia has so much culture. And I was like, you know what?
What?
I was
like what?
They have so much culture.
Name 3 things.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Name 3 things that culture.
That's not what I'm talking about.
You don't have an answer.
I do. They have dance. They have music. They have physical
That's
arts.
everywhere.
They have schools. They have languages. They have literal teaching. Like I have so many teachers that literally like Australia was the best country I ever taught in. Like their schedule unmatched, sports unmatched. But anyways,
what?
This
Who
bitch
unmatched
was so.
anyways,
this woman, I literally was like, you know what, Australia. That sounds really quirky. I couldn't imagine what you guys are breakdancing do. Like, do you breakdance to Toto? Like, I was not taking them seriously at all. And then when I saw what she did, that was not even what I imagined. I was like, oh, it's going to be bad. But I was just like, is she rolling on the floor? Is she posing? She's like, she didn't even do an actual dance move the entire fucking time. Like, I was so shocked and appalled. Like, I wish her other her opponent got to get interviewed and had her thoughts, but I know everyone's trying to, well, not everyone, but most people, especially like the super foreign countries, are trying to be kind of nice, but I'm just like, oh my God, I'd be so upset if I had to go against her.
I've never heard anyone say, I'm going to Australia to get cultured. Literally no one's ever said that.
Well, you don't hang around that many cultured or intelligent people. So
what? Now you're speaking on the people I know?
Yeah.
Name me 3 things that Australia does or
I
gives
just told you, and
you
that's
said music,
not what I'm
art,
talking about.
and dancing.
We're not arguing on my show.
No, I'm asking you a question. I'm trying to further the conversation.
I already have a shit ton about the conversation. That is one thing.
No, but I'm inquiring. I'm asking you to back up, to further back up your point.
We already talked about it. You asked me points, and I told you them, and we're moving on, and we're not arguing about it.
I'm not.
Thank you.
What the fuck? Sherri, you gotta chill.
I don't have to chill.
Yeah.
It's like every time I have to argue, and I'm not arguing.
Who's arguing?
I'm having to argue with you about the fact that we're talking about one thing, it rails into another thing. I entertain your point and answer exactly what you asked me, and we're moving on. I have an entire list. We're moving on. That's me having to argue because I told you we're moving on, and we're still going back and forth.
Dang. Okay. Keep it going, Missy.
And then another thing that I also really liked at the Olympics was probably the different events that they had. Like, I watched the shooting a little bit. I watched swimming. What else did I watch? Oh, I watched the track. I watched the long jump. I think that's it, actually. I don't think there were any other super crazy events that were talked about. Oh, and then the breakdancing, obviously. But, yeah. Did you watch any events?
No, just a breakdance when I wanted to get deeper into it, but you didn't really seem very interested. No, I didn't watch any.
I think some of the most interesting things that happened event wise was I really, really enjoyed watching all the different shooters. Like, I thought it was really funny how there was, what country was it? That Turkey. There was like that Turkish guy that was super old, and he came with like hardly any of like the special eye shooting equipment or like anything, and he literally was just like straight thugging it out with a gun and glasses. And I was like, whose grandpa is this that just rolled out of bed and was just like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot really good scores. I think he even got like a medal. I can't remember what color, but I was like, good for him. And then I even saw, I don't know what country it was in Asia, but what was it? Oh, this woman was like, I think 6 months pregnant, like a full-on baby belly, shooting guns. I was like, oh,
Hell yeah. That's how they do in third world countries.
I know. I was like, even one girl had gun with like straight Hello Kitty stickers all over it. I was like, didn't even know shooting was a thing in the Olympics.
Hell yeah. They probably went to Australia, got all cultured there.
Do they even have guns?
They got fucking dart guns
Oh my god.
type shit.
I feel like that's more so like Brazil and Africa and shit for Australia.
Same thing.
Oh my god. And I thought I was bad at geography. Oh my god.
Pangea and shit. This motherfucker don't know about Pangea.
That shit was so fucking confusing to me when I learned about that shit in school. Like, at one point, the way, like, some teachers would describe it, it literally felt like some doomsday type shit. I was like, that shit's not gonna, like, happen again. Like, more things aren't gonna fucking spread. Like, I mean, more things are spreading. Like, it's so insane lately how many fucking earthquakes I've been seeing people have. And then I don't know why. Like, I'm terrified of natural disasters, like, massive phobia of it. But, like, the thought of experiencing an earthquake seems so interesting, and I don't know why.
It's earthquakes, fucking. Yeah, it'd be interesting to survive one, to live and tell the tale.
I mean, not all of them are super devastating. When I was a kid, I thought all of them were like the ones that they taught you about in history books. Like, the minute they happen, every building collapses, hundreds of people die immediately. But
those are just the ones we hear about through time. Just the big ones that do that. Historical ones.
yeah, I was like, I think I only remember that one that happened in San Fran a while ago, but I have no idea. Ooh, I also thought it was super interesting because this was like also my first year watching the Olympics, and I was so shocked when I turned on the TV for the opening ceremony and I saw Snoop Dogg, and then I was just like, oh, that's just a cool opener thing. And then when he was just like there like the entire fucking time, I was like, that's interesting. It kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, when I saw so many people on Twitter being like, why would Snoop Dogg go to the Olympics? Like, is he really interested in that stuff? And I was like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like when DMX died and there were hundreds of people and they were just like, oh, I was like randomly doing this and then DMX was there. Like, I was taking this class and DMX was there. And I was like, I don't know, maybe he's in his DMX era.
He's like, I was smoking Pookie outside and DMX was there.
Yeah, no, literally, like, so many people had the craziest stories. I was like, what kind of life did that man live?
He was the rise and fall of DMX. That should be a documentary. I'd watch that.
I wouldn't be shocked if they made a DMX like documentary in the next couple years or so.
They should make more hip hop documentaries.
I know. I feel like there used to be so many back in the day, and so many like active like hip hop interviews on TV, like MTV and VH1, and there's not that many anymore.
Good hip hop media tellers, they're all traveling to YouTube. They're all making their own channels, and instead of working for other people, Trap Lord Ross is a good documentarian for hip hop. I really like his channel.
I don't think I've heard of him before.
He's a great guy. Great top 10 Europeans. Good guy.
European.
He's a good guy. Lives in I don't even know where. UK.
Who's your number one European?
Number one European. Ice Spice. Now that she's fucking Central C, she's by proxy European.
That's valid. That's fair. Did you hear about Flavor Flav's involvement in the Olympics at all?
I heard he was sponsoring the women's polo team because they had to work 3 jobs, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, bitch, give up water polo. Go fucking get a 1 job. Girls working at 3 fast food joints.
Cause that shit's expensive. Like, even to like fly out for your like significant other or your like family if they're in the Olympics, like that shit is like, I can't remember the exact number, but that shit is so fucking expensive that I would be like, damn, guess I'll watch you on TV. Like, I'm not, like, I don't have that. That's insane.
I feel no sort of sympathy for people that really try to get good at very niche things, like people that are really good at yo-yoing. They're like, oh, what do I do with this skill? It's like, nobody fucking asked you to get really good at yo-yoing. You know, you decided to practice yo-yoing. Like, these women decided to practice water polo for a very long time. And I'm sure this isn't the first time it's been difficult for them. Sure,
but those aren't niche things. Those are things that have been around for hundreds of years at this point.
No, but, I mean, if you really wanted to make money as a female athlete... never mind. That's oxymoron. If you really wanted to make money as an athlete... You would pick like one of the top 3 sports, right?
No, because there are even athletes in the top sports that are still struggling to get good contracts or get good paid.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
great point. So like
they extort the hell. Like, even when I found out how like much bullshit that like college athletes go through, and like how they just like really, like, besides obviously their families, like their coaches and the schools that they play for, like, don't offer any like support systems for them, like, a lot of the time, and then they put them in weird situations financially on top of them already having to deal with like student aid and shit. And I'm just like, this person's literally on TV sometimes, and they're like earning your school awards and getting you extra funding just for like their amazing athleticism, and you can't give them a crumb. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the boys are starting to get paid, but I feel no sympathy for really, like, even college level people. Like, you could have, like, there's people in your grade that studied really hard and got full ride scholarships on the merit of grades. You know, you just took that time and got really good at one sport and hoped it propelled you into the future. So, you know, so now it's your fault. You know, I'm not going to hire you to play football. I'm going to hire someone to change my toilet.
That's insane.
Am I wrong? Like, how often do I hire a football player? Never. But how often do I hire, like, an electrician? Like, 20 times a year? I don't know.
Oh, well, how often do people hire podcast people? People would even say the same about your graphic design.
That's true. I mean, I'd differentiate them a little bit. Like, I think what we were just talking about, like, if I was to go work for, like, a media company, like, if I was trying to get a job for, like, CNN or, I don't know, Cartoon Network or Fox or some shit.
Yeah, but people could even argue that those are dumb or irrelevant or a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess everything could be argued a waste of time, but, you know, honing in a skill, you know, what do they say, it takes 10,000 hours to get really good at one thing. What are you spending your 10,000 hours on? You know, is it something like that doesn't really matter, like skateboarding?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, you can't say things don't matter. They only don't matter to you.
No, they matter. They don't matter in the whole grand scheme of life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everything in life doesn't matter because we're all going to fucking be in the dirt one day.
That's true.
But you shouldn't minimize things just because they're not office or capitalism or whatever, because even everything, like, the world would be nothing without a lot of creativity and things that get shit on all the time. And then as somebody that heavily contributes to those things, you should speak higher of not only yourself, but those things and other people.
Fuck no.
Going back to that self-esteem and security comment you made earlier.
Fuck no. Y'all go get a real job. Start making content. I'm not saying people watch our content. I have a real job still. Um, it's all.
But that's why this isn't a real job, because most people that are a part of it don't super take it seriously like it could be.
Mm-hmm. Well, once I start giving people paychecks, then the conversations will change. But at this point,
Well, no, but even then, like, you don't get to just jump into things when they become profitable. You have to be there when things are building up, when things aren't always going to be easy, because not everything's always going to be smooth sailing. Sometimes things are going to be up, sometimes things are going to be down, sometimes things are going to be really fast and come immediately, sometimes things are going to like be like you really got to work for it and it's going to take forever.
yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Comparatively, comparing podcasting to a sport, I think podcasting or making YouTube content is you have the back catalog, which is very important. People can always go back till the end of time and watch our beginning videos. Whereas with the sport, you're only as good as you are right now, or unless you reach GOAT status. But nobody remembers the 30th best football player of all time.
I mean, I
or
don't,
of the time.
because I was like, I don't watch sports that often, or football at least. But I'm like, there are plenty of people that do. Or like, I even have so many friends that played a bunch of sports, went to college and got like scholarships, played a bunch of sports and everything. And they decided that they didn't want to like try to push it further, but they never gave up on that. Now they're like coaches and they're getting paid good and they're doing all things like that, and they're still making connections.
That's a dime. That's a great point. That's a dime a dozen. There's only so many coaching positions. Yes, if every athlete who came up from high school and college got a coaching position, we'd have 1 million coaches. It's a very coveted position that you have to be really good and a good leader and communicator to have that job. So yeah, I think you're right there. But back to my point is I'm not sympathetic for people that are good at dumb stuff. You can like a someone that just could do backflips and shit. Like, okay, I fuck with that. But it's not getting you anywhere in life.
It's called gymnastics.
But how many times do you hire a gymnastics star? Like, just for gymnastics?
There's so many skills that can go into gymnastics. You know about physicals, you know about this, you know about certain sciences that people don't know. Just physics alone, the costumes, anything, like how to do your hair. Like, there are so many things that can tie into.
But that's not a career field.
Those are career fields. That's what I just said. That one thing
Gymnastics,
is a career field, and a bunch of things that entitle into gymnastics are different careers.
You said doing your
hair, makeup, costumes, physics.
So like cosmetology would be the career field.
Yeah.
So go study that, ladies.
Oh my god. Anyways, don't listen to Deryk and you'll be happier and have a way better, more successful life. I promise you that.
I guess so.
He's that guy in SpongeBob that just frowns slower and slower, and he's in his car, and he's in his office, and then he goes to bed, and he's in his car, and he's in the office, and he goes to bed.
No, my life's awesome.
Until one day he's in the dirt. It's crazy.
My life's awesome.
It's crazy.
Because we're talking about sports and shit. I think life's good over here.
Okay, future.
But yeah, the Olympians that get cry and get upset, or I guess that work 3 jobs. Be realistic.
That is being realistic, when that's what a lot of people that aren't working towards that have to do in this country, because this country is shit right now, especially economy wise, and it's just getting worse and worse. You look at the percentages and they're dropping faster than they have in years, especially compared to other countries, especially compared to our country, against those literal stats that are also ours.
But that's true. And since we know that we're working in those confines and we're fighting an uphill battle, it's a wise decision to move in the direction that is going to further,
but
you're
financially. Essentially saying at the end of the day that you just need to do this and drop all those other things. And then without those other things, the world is bleak. The world is nothing. We don't have even what we're doing right now. We wouldn't even be able to talk about what we're talking about right now. So that's ridiculous.
my main point is water polo girls. I mean, I'm not saying, we
Well,
don't
I
need
know
artists.
what you're saying, but what you're saying is not just clearly directed towards them. It's directed towards everything. And I'm just trying to help you see that it's so much bigger than that.
I mean, like, as when it comes to the terms of, like, art and music, obviously, those music is eternal. Music has changed society. But there's a huge gap between music and art and sports still to this day.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
That's what I'm squeaking.
Are you wearing headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, how the fuck are you hearing me?
I was like, what do you mean?
I was so concerned. I was like, how is he hearing me? I just didn't see it because I was used to these. I was so confused. I was like...
Those hurt my ears because my glasses.
Oh yeah.
They like make my ears.
I thought I was gonna have to get glasses a month or two ago because I was like, I mean, my eyes are fine. I wasn't having any issues, but I was like, I don't know. I only remembered getting a vision test like maybe when I was like in the 7th grade or something, and I'm like 26 now, and I was like, oh god, what if like my eyes are shit? Like, everybody in my family wears glasses, like, literally besides, like, my nieces and then my nephew. So that's why I was like, oh, my God. And then they were like, no, your eyes are, like, perfect.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, oh, thank God.
Damn, I've had glasses since I was, like, 5th grade. I've always liked my glasses, though. I feel like, well, first off, I can't see shit without them, so.
I mean, I like glasses. I wouldn't be, like, one of those people that has, like, a whole identity crisis. Like, oh, my God. I have to fucking wear glasses.
My glasses.
But I'm just like, I don't know. I feel
contacts.
like it would be like something to get used to, being like, oh shit, I wear glasses now.
Yeah. It's like first thing in the morning you get up, it's like, where's my glasses?
Yeah, and then keeping them clean.
That's not that tough. I feel like
not falling asleep in them.
That's a little bit tougher sometimes. When you're like watching TV on the couch or watching a Euphoria or some shit.
Yeah, like even 3D movies, insane.
Well, 3D glasses, thank God, they're wise enough to make them a little bit bigger, to make them a little bit like stickier off your face than just like regular sunglasses. Yeah, 3D glasses tech. Remember the blue and red 3D glasses?
Yes.
Those used to be the shit. Now they're like now they look cool.
When I was a kid, I hated them because they literally were always so tiny, and I swear, like, the paper sometimes felt like it was gonna cut the fucking back of my ear. It was so sharp. I like hated the feeling of it just like sitting on my ear like that. And then like as a kid, I really was just so like, this is the coolest thing ever. Especially like the times like when we'd buy the DVD packs that had them in there, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like, this is about to be a whole movie theater experience. Adult me is like, that shit never worked.
The glasses?
Yeah, they didn't really create a 3D effect. It just like created those really disgusting looking lines that make everything look trippy, like you're on something.
Yeah.
And then they just hurt your eyes and your face.
Fractals, I think that's what that's called.
Yeah, I have no idea. It was like, I couldn't think of the word.
But yeah, now that I think of it, like, why blue and red? Like, what did that do for us?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe it was like some type of color theory, because like I remember the times when I would just be like, what does this look like without the glasses? And I would take them off, and then the movie would still look like kind of like the weird trailing and stuff and the weird like offset color, but it wouldn't be like as tense or as intense as it was with the glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
3D films have come a long way.
I know, it's so crazy. I think like what's the first 3D film I watched like with the fancier glasses? Oh, Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, yeah,
I was mind blown as a child. I was like, how are they doing this? I literally, the amount of times I flinched because it literally felt like as a little kid, I felt like things were actually going to like touch me through the screen.
You're like, oh, we in Australia right now?
I was horrified. I was literally like, oh my God, my anxiety is so bad. No, it was too much. I felt like someone time traveled and they were like, the future, what is this? It was horrible.
For real, you could take a pilgrim out with a 3D movie these days.
Yeah, I feel like a 3D movie would definitely take out a Victorian orphan.
I just saw, I didn't just see, I saw Inside Out 2 like 3 weeks ago in 3D. Um,
They had that available in 3D.
it was available in 3D.
I saw it, but I didn't know it was in 3D.
It was in 3D. Fucking Pixar doing its thing. That was the first animated movie I've seen in a while, and I hate movies though. It's a waste of time.
Ridiculous. Ow.
I'm serious.
Ooh. Oh, sorry, my hoop got caught. I used to have stretched ears.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, they used to be stretched. They pretty much closed up, but they didn't close up enough to where I can wear like studs and shit. So I'm just like, I always wear hoops. But sometimes like the clasp will like spin, and I'm like, oh no, my ear.
But yeah, motherfuckers that just sit around watching movies all day. That's a handicap. It's a social handicap. That's like those guys that play video games all day. Like you're socially stunting yourself.
Sorry, I was listening.
Any take on that?
Oh no, I
No?
was just listening.
I could just rant for. I can go rant.
No, my fucking leg was cramping up. I was trying to adjust. I was like, oh my god, my leg hurts. It's going numb. No.
I feel so numb.
Oh my god, not Linkin Park. I remember when I was in elementary school and we had like PE class. It wasn't like actually doing shit. It was just like more so playing sports and just doing like little bullshit warm-ups. And oh my god, I remember our fucking teacher would always play like the happiest things and then let him just come in there in a bad mood, and it's just like depressing shit like Linkin Park the whole time. I was like, well, this isn't fun. No one wants to fucking kick balls to Linkin Park. This is like
Kick
so
balls
emo.
Your teacher's like, I just want my balls kicked to Linkin Park
That's
at
how
home.
he was acting. He just looked sad as shit sometimes. I was like, what are you going through?
You know what's crazy? Like thinking back on it, when we were kids, the teachers were like our age, and now that we're our age, like I have friends that are teachers, and like we'll get all fucked up the night before, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go teach today." It's like, damn, our teachers are really like doing the most at night, and then going to teach us fucking Spanish.
I think I met one of I can't remember his name, but he was like a DJ at actually 2 different clubs I worked at before. And I think he was like a teacher or a substitute teacher, because like one, he was just like weird as fuck.
Oh no!
And like he always like, yeah, no, literally,
it's like the worst quality.
He was so weird, and then he was just like annoying too, and just like also just literally a fucking degenerate, just like partying, and then obviously a strip club DJ, and then like literally I think like added me on Facebook, and I accepted, and I was just like snooping, and I was like, wait, is he a fucking teacher?
We should do background checks. I don't want my child's teacher, to be a fucking DJ at a strip club. All right, guys?
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that he was creepy. Like, he got fired.
For being that creepy?
No, he got fired for, like, being creepy, and then a situation that every time you try to ask anyone about, they, like, literally don't talk about. I even have one creepy, like,
what was the
situation.
scenario?
I don't know. Like, no one will talk about it. Like, I even, what's it called? Had one night where I literally was just like went up to the DJ booth, told him that like I was gonna do my last stage set, and then I was probably gonna like get my slip and sign out and go home, and then like halfway down, because there's like a little flight of steps and then like another little flight and then like the door, and you go out into the main floor, and the way I literally got like right down here before I start going to like down the flight of steps to the door, and he randomly pops down. He's like, hey Sherri, and I was like, what's up? And he was just like, can you fight? And I was like, what is that? Now I know why. And I was like, I would have thrown you down the stairs.
He's like, I'm gonna abduct you.
No, apparently he like sometimes would like scare the shit out of girls, and multiple girls like reported him and like cursed him out because like they would go in there, talk to him or whatever, and then like sometimes like I've even been up there in the DJ booth with like other DJs when they're just like chilling, and then like they're like, oh fuck, like this song's not about to end anytime soon. Can you just watch everything? Make sure no one comes up here. I have to pee. I never get a bathroom break. And I'm like, yeah, sure, cool, awesome. And then like he like sometimes would do that, but I guess like when he would do that and he would come back up, he would lock the door, and then like essentially you would just be trapped in this stairway. and there was like no other way, and I'm just like, that's insane. Like, I thank God that did not happen to me. The way that man would have got beat up that day.
You can't really hire sexual assaulters around naked women.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like, he worked at, so like my first club when I was a baby dancer, the one that I'm pretty sure he still works at, like he works at now, that he got fired from my current club.
A baby dancer, like goo goo gaga.
You're ridiculous. But what's it called? I remember, like, I guess right before I got there, he was working there, and then he got fired from there, and I don't know why, but like I had this one friend that said she just didn't like him because she was just like, I don't know, he just seems like weird and he's like really fucking annoying. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he eventually gets fired from the club I currently work at and is now back at like my first starter club. And then like even the one shift that I worked there after years, like a while ago, like he was just so strange. He was just still his strange self. He wasn't more so creepy because I feel like he was just like, damn, I kind of need this side gig. Maybe I should stop getting fired for being weird. But I was still just like, I see it in you.
Yeah, no, it's freaks. Being a freak is in you forever. Fucking, there was just a teacher in Pueblo that got arrested and he got like a very low sentence. He got like 90 days in jail and 20 years of probation for, I think like, the story's not completely out, but I think he like fucked a kid at school in Pueblo West.
I've heard so many crazy stories coming out of the schools in Pueblo West. Like, I remember when I was a teenager and, like, I would know a couple people from Pueblo West, and they were just like, the teachers out here are strange, the schools are weird. I was like,
Nah, there was a teacher, I'll call her Mrs. S, when I was in high school. I would have took her to bound down.
Oh, my God.
But since I was a minor, I don't think she was with it.
Thank God.
I know. Fucking bitch.
No,
bitch has standards.
Oh my God. No, I remember. What was her name? She was like the Spanish teacher. I'm pretty sure. Like when I was a freshman. I think she got fired by the time I was a sophomore. I'm pretty sure, but I can't exactly remember. But I think her name was Miss Behringer, and she
Allegedly.
Nah, this was straight up Miss Behringer that taught at Mesa Ridge High School. The way this woman literally got fired because she was already very inappropriate and reported multiple times being really creepy towards students just in general when she was in class, just kind of making uncomfortable remarks where everyone would be like, what the fuck? And then, what's it called? My drama teacher ended up telling me, he was just like, no, like the reason why they finally decided to fire her was because they found out that she was just like adding or like following everybody on Instagram. Like she was finding our accounts and following us, and then when we would like go to follow her back and be like, who is this, it would be her in a bunch of really revealing bikini pictures.
That's fire.
That's gross. I was just like, miss, like, no. I was like, you're gross. Like, you know, if you were a grown man doing that, like, the whole SWAT team would have dragged you out of class probably. Like, just because you're a woman does not excuse that. Like, that's creepy. Like, I haven't had so many, like, male friends that were literally just, like, obviously, like, the occasional jokes, like, haha, Miss Behringer, but they're just like, yeah, it's, like, funny to be like, oh, like, my teacher's hot, but, like, when your teacher's, like, actually trying to creep on you when you're, like, 15, 16 years old, and she's, like, saying random things on her PowerPoint, like, about me, like, my name is this, I teach Spanish, I like these types of guys, and it's like, why is that on your PowerPoint? Like,
oh,
yeah, if like
sick.
a male teacher did that, the way someone would have literally been like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? Straight to the office and told on him.
That's true.
Yeah, and like I had so many friends who were like, no, like at first we thought she was just joking and like messing with us because like, you know, just every teacher knows that some students have crushes on them, but like whatever, she's just probably messing with us. And they were like, yeah, no, when we realized she was serious, we were like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Man, you see fucking,
I don't know if she ever actually hooked up with a student. I feel like, because she was there for at least a couple years before my class, like class of 2016 got there. So I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe she had like been hooking up with students, and then like my class was just really like bitch, you're
It's the
fucking
last
old.
straw.
You're old and fucking weird, and you're clearly in your 30s and having a crisis. You can't be.
In his 30s, wow, that's young. When she was in her
Well,
20s.
she's not like 30. Like being in your 30s doesn't mean you're fucking old or anything. But it's just like, bitch, like you're a teacher. Like they're just trying to learn Spanish and get this credit so they can get it out of the way and continue like doing other shit and working towards their scholarships. Like they are not fucking trying to worry about that.
Yeah. Man, see, if she's attractive, it's a different story. If that bitch is hideous, lock her up and throw her with the key. You feel me?
It wasn't that well, from what I can remember, because I didn't take Spanish, but the couple times I had to like walk down that hallway to get to my classrooms and stuff, like I didn't think that she was like a hideous woman by any means. It was just like you seem like we yeah, I'm just like she just seemed like always off, like you know, like the movie Bad Teacher with like Cameron Diaz, like the amount of time she would come in there, yeah, literally, and she would just be like blatantly drunk, like we're watching a movie today, and that like literally she just seemed kind of like one of those teachers, like you're a high functioning alcoholic and then you're also like creepy on top of it, and it's just like it was too much.
Yeah, no, Bad Teacher though, Cameron Diaz in that movie
she was so funny, like oh my god, like that fucking scene, like the scenes that she had with Justin Timberlake, I was like he was so fucking strange in that movie.
Oh yeah, because she liked him, but then she finally ends up with that fat guy. Well, not like fat, but he's like very large.
I actually haven't watched that movie in years.
Oh yeah, she ends up with the fat guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like
the chunky monkey.
The chunky monkey. Shout out chunky monkeys.
Shout out all my chunky monkeys.
Or all your, like your people say, the tortas.
The tortas. Nah,
I've actually never eaten a torta.
No?
I always look at them on the menu and they look really good. And I know I would like them, but I don't know why. I'm always just like, no, I want like tacos or something instead.
I know a torta that'll let you eat her.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking. She's fucking
You're insane.
wet, wild, and wetty. Wetty to go.
Ooh.
That's the alliteration.
You would be a horrible pimp advertising people. Like, I would be like, why are you describing them like that?
I'm like,
immediately turned off.
Introducing La Bella. She's lovely, luscious, and labia. I don't know.
Oh my god, not fucking labia. Jesus Christ.
No, back to Australia. Smell like Badusi.
You're out of control. Oh, did you see all like the what's it called? The opening, I mean not the opening, the closing ceremony and stuff, because I think they started with like Billie Eilish. I don't know if she just performed one song or like a couple, and then afterwards they had like Snoop, and then he surprised everyone and brought out like Dr. Dre, and they performed a bunch of like older songs that were like obviously a little bit more like PG and stuff that they could like still sing on like televised stuff. And then who else was it? Oh, it was like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then randomly I didn't like see it, but I saw a lot, like I saw like pictures of it. Fucking, I guess Tom Cruise like randomly came down like all strapped up and shit, like an action film, and just surprised everyone. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I did hear about all that. I didn't see any of it. What comes to my mind is like they're all American superstars. Where the fuck are the other country stars at? Like,
did I hear anybody else? I think that was about. No, actually, how the fuck did I forget about that? I fucking love that band. They are French, so it was fitting for Paris. They actually did bring out the one band, Phoenix. I don't know if you like. They sing that like Liz Tamania song. And oh yeah, they sing like a bunch of like really like that. What? Oh fuck! I heard that song so damn long.
Ooh, child.
Okay, well now that's in my fucking head. Now that's stuck in my fucking head.
Is that how it goes?
You're insane. But no, Phoenix, though, French band, really good. They don't like, well, sometimes they've sung a couple songs in French, but they obviously can speak English and stuff. But I remember that was the first clip, I'm pretty sure, that I saw, and I was just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, because it's literally my first year watching the Olympics, so I didn't know, like, if they did, like, a closing ceremony, too. I was just like, do they just fucking compete and it's, like, over? Like, I think the most shocking thing that I saw was, I can't remember his last name, but it was like whatever Lyle something, and it was during like the running and stuff for like men. I don't think it was like the hurdles. I think it was just like regular running. And he was like, he has asthma, and they like documented that before. And he was like pushing and pushing, and like he was like this close at the end, and you could like see that he just like was trying to push himself before he just like gave out and clearly kind of started having like an asthma attack. So he had to like sit down. I think he might have came in like second or something or third, and like he had to sit down. They had to give him like his inhaler and oxygen and stuff. And then like afterwards, he just casually like interviews, and he's like fine and stuff, and like all dressed up, and he's clearly not about to run again, and he's wearing a mask, and he's just like, oh yeah, you know, I like tested positive for like he knew he had COVID before he even fucking came to the Olympics.
It's fire.
But I'm just like, you have COVID and then you have fucking asthma. Like, why are you looking so disappointed and surprised that you literally didn't fucking win? Like, he was really close for a second. I thought he was gonna get first, but I was just like, why are you looking so defeated? You knew that that was like such a chance that he honestly could have fucking just passed out and died right there on the track, to be honest.
He could have killed the whole entire Olympic village and everybody in the stands.
Well, no, that too, and then like I even saw that I already was thinking it when I saw not like the inside like diving and like swimming events, but like the first swimming event when they had to swim like meters and stuff through like the little river lake thing. I'm pretty sure it was a river thing. And like the way like so many of the swimmers are getting sick, but everybody was looking at that water like that water literally looks like shit. Like it was so gross and dirty. Mm-hmm. And then I was really alarmed because I don't know if you heard about it and if it's still actively going or whatever, but last month, I'm pretty sure it was last month or 2 months ago, I saw a bunch of TikToks about like, cause like the French always go hard as fuck when it comes to protesting, and like some law happened or something happened and they were pissed the fuck off, and like a bunch of people were literally shitting in a river and just dumping shit into a river. Like, yeah, I was like, that's insane. I wouldn't participate, but I'd be like, good for you guys. Somebody has to do something about these shitty fucking laws. But I'm just like, when I thought about that and then I saw that nasty murky water, I was like, oh my god, what if that's poo water and they get fucking sepsis and then all these people are like fucking really sick now? I'm like, that's so gross. They tried to kill them.
It definitely is poo water. I mean, just, you know, throughout the origin of time, just like throughout the history of plumbing, the Europeans, like literally the bubonic plague was caused from people throwing their poop out the window. In Europe.
Wasn't that in like, what is it called, Versailles?
I don't know.
Like the really golden like palaces and stuff that was like around the like Victorian ages when they were like wearing wigs and stuff.
I don't know about the location, but yeah. So I wouldn't put it past France for having poo-poo water. I mean, Pueblo has fucking shit water. You know, if the LA River. If you swim in the LA River, you're going to get sick.
Oh yeah, my mom said when she was younger and she visited Paris and like France as a whole a couple times, she was just like, that was like the stinkiest, smelliest fucking place. Mm-hmm. And my mom said she was like seeing that shit in like the 70s and she was like, that shit smelled so fucking rancid.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean they only had like a day window to swim. They actually pushed it back because the river was so dirty. They have cleaning agents that they put in natural water like that to purify it, but it only lasts for a few, I guess a select amount of time.
That's so gross.
Shout out all my French people swimming in shit.
We stand with you, poo protests. We stand with you. Ew.
Ooh, child.
Sing it, Deryk.
Okay. Things are gonna get easier. But yeah, no, I don't really fuck with like I said, it was too many Americans. Like if this is a celebration of the whole world, motherfucker, don't put Billie Eilish up there.
Well, I didn't have an issue. I just literally agree with you. Like, it would have been nice to have, like, a fair mixture of both cultures because, like, America literally wasn't the only people competing. And even though they had, like, Phoenix, which is, like, they're French and they originate from, like, France and stuff, it's still just, like, even then, like, you could have still, like, done other countries. And, like, I can't remember what event it was for, what sport it was for, but I even saw this one French artist and she was like a really nice like R&B singer, like this black lady, and she like had this whole pretty like opening thing with like symphonies and stuff, and like I thought I was gonna see more stuff like that with like all the cultures, and then I was just like, oh, I mean, I don't like dislike any of these artists, but like I definitely agree that it could have been way more diverse.
Yeah.
It just got to a point where I was like, okay, well, I hear these people all the time. I hear these songs all the time. Like, I want to be put on to, like, other shit.
Yeah, Billie Eilish is all playing bad guy at the Olympics.
Like, no, like, she sung that, I really love this song. I think it's, like, my favorite song of her new album. That, Birds of a Feather song that's always on TikTok and stuff and, like, Instagram Reels. But I was just like, again, you know, most people in America have heard that song by now. Be cool to hear something different. I don't know. Yeah.
I'd like to see the televised Olympics in other countries. I'm wondering if we get a centralized American version of the Olympics. Like we're very heavily focused on America because we're in America. Whereas I wonder if in China, you know, you're getting a Chinese opening, you're getting a Chinese closing, and you're getting Chinese specific broadcasts of Chinese teams. Because, you know what I mean?
Well, I know, like, the opening and closing is going to be the same regardless, but I know what you mean in the sense of, like, when they watch the Olympics overseas or whatever country they are overseas, is it like, oh, because you live in Switzerland, they're just like, oh, more instead of, okay, Swiss is doing good, this is doing good, and oh, there's America, but, like, instead of all that, it's like, oh, there's Switzerland. Like,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, like, I've always wondered that, too, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm also really interested to see, I don't know how many years away, but like how the Olympics goes in LA and stuff. I know back in the day they had it in LA like a very long time ago, I'm pretty sure. But I was like, it'll be interesting to see that nowadays, how that goes.
Yeah, it's happening in 4 years.
Well, I'm excited because I now am a fan of the Olympics.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I would have never thought that. I was like, because my man was like, let's watch the Olympics. And I was like, ugh.
I mean, historically, like, they build up these super mega complexes for the Olympics, and they get abandoned. And then, you know, crime, prostitution, STDs, that shit ramps up. I mean, obviously, there's positives, economic and stuff, but it takes a lot of infrastructure to hold all these athletes and all their fans, and most LA might have that.
Communities out.
Yeah, LA might have that. I don't know what kind of sports complexes outdoors they have. They might have fucking like huge arenas that we just aren't that aware of.
Is she allowed to be up there?
I don't know where she's at. She could be anywhere.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if she was allowed on the counter.
Oh yeah, no, she's cool. ZZ, stay up there.
She makes me nervous.
I can't even see her. But
mischievous cat.
Yeah, LA, first Kendrick, and now the Olympics. They got it all.
Hell yeah.
They not like us. They not like us.
I bet that traffic, because LA traffic, like every time I see pictures and videos of that shit, it just looks like a nightmare. I can't even imagine the traffic when they do the fucking Olympics. I wouldn't even leave my house that day. I would like make sure I had no plans.
Yeah, I'd probably leave town for that week.
Yeah, actually, that's a better idea. I'd be like, I'm just gonna go on vacation and hope nothing happens to my home when I'm gone.
For real, yeah. Fucking, I heard it takes like a 30-minute drive in LA is like 2 hours at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So, no thank you.
I know. At that point, it would be like driving from here or Fountain to like
Denver.
What, like Grand Junction or something. Driving from Fountain for me to Denver is not that bad. At most, I'm gonna have like an hour and 30-minute drive.
Yeah, I guess I was talking about from Pueblo. Yeah, I gotta add 30 minutes onto that. But yes, I mean,
Oh yeah, that's true.
It depends if you're moving. If you're fucking stagnant in standstill traffic, that's what makes it feel a little bit more irritating.
That just stresses me out because you're just like, oh my god, you get antsy and you feel claustrophobic, and then you start being paranoid, and you could have a perfectly fine car, and all of a sudden you swear your car is just making weird noises and sounds, and you're like, oh no, I don't want my car to be just sitting in there.
Yeah.
Especially if it's hot as shit outside.
Yeah, cars idling is bad for your car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no shame, especially being a mechanic's daughter. I'm one of those people, like, I will put my shit in park and turn it off in traffic.
That'd be badass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to do it for any reason, but if I were to ever be stuck in, like, bumper to bumper, standstill, weird ass, hour long traffic, I'm probably gonna turn off my car a good amount of times.
Yeah, I'll just fucking turn around. Just go back. Just chill there all day.
You know how many other people are probably having the same fucking idea? And then you're gonna get caught up in that traffic?
Fuck it. Someone's got it.
What are you playing with?
Someone's got. It's a wine opener.
Oh, I was like,
I was opening my beers with this.
Are you stabbing yourself?
Nah, it's nice. Too small. It's like cut a little steak with it.
Speaking of scary shit, have you thought about your costume yet?
For Halloween? Nah, I haven't. I'll just go to Spirit store with $70 and see what I could pull out of there.
I don't know what I want, because I already have a couple different costumes, like, just in general that I have left over from last year and the year before, especially, like, being a dancer and, like, I'm not like some girls where, like, they'll just full on show up in, like, full on costumes and makeup, like, throughout, like, the month. Like, I'll, like, occasionally be like, oh, I'll just, like, throw on, like, these little ears or this, like, headband or, like, this little shirt or whatever type thing, but, like, I don't know, I feel like this year I want to, like, get more costumes. And then, like, when me and Lottie left, she, like, brought up possibly, like, maybe doing something matching, and I was like, I'd be down.
Ooh.
I'm very excited for the show. I was just like, I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Last year was fun. If you guys were at the Street Champs live show, tell us in the comments what it was like. It's a little bit tough on my end because I'm trying to manage all these moving parts, so I don't really get to enjoy it really until, like, we're in the moment and I'm on stage and I'm fucking this is it. But the lead up seems fun. Everyone seems to have a good time.
What was it like the last time, or how do you guys usually do it? Or
we broke it up into, like, shows, and then we tried to break it up into shows, but realistically it was just everyone on stage. We did, like, a twerking contest, we did a costume contest, just, like, there was some musicians that came in, did some songs, just talking shit, bullshitting with the crowd. We had, like, maybe one or two topics that we talked about. Yeah, it's kind of like this. We have these couches. There's, like, 6 people on stage, 7, 8 people. It's a good time.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gets laid. It's a great time.
Oh my god.
What else you got, Sherri?
I wanted to end this show with reacting to Megan Thee Stallion's new music video for her hit song Mamushi off her new album. Because I actually have been trying really, really hard, even though I've been seeing clips. I have not watched it, and I'm so proud of myself because I'm such a fan of her, and I have not watched it at all because I was just like, okay, I want to do, like, my first reaction to something that, like, I would actually be engaged with reacting to. And I was like, ooh, that would be fun.
Hell yeah. I mean, it'll probably get us copyrighted, but we could try it.
Is there a way to mute the sound or something for them?
No. Because it regardless, it's going to be on the TV or on our headphones. So the mics will pick it up either way. Because if they don't have audio, then we don't have audio. Mamushi.
Oh god, I don't want to get you copyrighted though.
That's a live performance. We could try it out.
Yeah, no, because I was wondering, because I know, like, I was just like, I didn't know how it would go if we muted it on YouTube so the sound doesn't go out. And then, can they see the video right
No,
now?
they can't see it.
Okay, cool. Because, like, we could always just mute the music. So we don't get copyrighted.
Well, we're live.
Oh, okay. Well.
We live. All right. So this is Mamushi featuring Yuki Chiba. That sounds like a cat eating name.
You would be a really good voice actor.
Oh, I know.
Like how they need like for anime, how they need like the English dub for it. Oh my god.
See? I could do dub and sub. Both of them.
Get in your bag, Deryk. Get in your bag.
All right, let's get right into this one.
Really like that like retro feel to it.
Yeah.
Already super cool. I also like the choice of text that they used or font.
大丈夫ですか？どうぞ。
With the Japanese harem.
Oh, they're so cute.
I get money, I'm a star. I get money, I'm a star. お金稼ぐ俺らは
Oh,
ス
she's
タ
like a
ー
prostitute.
お金稼ぐ私はスタースターキラ
It
キラ
obviously could be
私は
that, but like if it's not that, I know, or I learned recently that they also have these things out in Japan and stuff called like bathhouses. Like I even learned that like if I were to ever go to Japan, like I could like walk the streets and stuff, but I'm gonna get stares because like my tattoos and they like always like not always, especially because I'm like a Westerner, but like just tattoos are kind of always been like culturally associated with like the Yakuza and stuff. So there's like specific bathhouses that I would have to go to, or I would have to like cover up because like I have tattoos and I would not be allowed in them, or like certain sacred temples religiously I wouldn't be allowed in just because of my tattoos.
He know who I am, ain't had to say my name. Stack it up like Tetris, but this money ain't a game. Watashi kawaii, karata. Drinking out the bottle, getting twisted, maruchan. Big exotic Hermes, this a crop. Watch too expensive, ain't no way I'm getting clapped. I think I'm so sexy, every shirt I own is cropped. So many carats, diamonds do the bunny hop. In the US or Japan, if he meet me, he gon' bow. I got yen for your friends, if they pretty, bring them out. Growing dumb and Madam Wu, pouring sake in they mouth. Told him put me on his plate, bring them chopsticks in his mouth. I get money, I'm a star. I get money, I'm a star. お金稼ぐ俺らはスターお金稼ぐ私はスターキラ私はスター流れる星たちどこに向かうまた願いが
This motherfucker spitting.
I know, I was like,
ジ
okay.
ェリー身につけたまま歌うスターたちが
I'm so
集ま
thankful
った
for this
スタジ
song for like putting me on to him, because if it wasn't for this song I would have never like known about him. I like actually looked into his music. I was like, you kind of be going off low
It's
key.
the
I'm not gonna
Asian
lie.
Drake.
夜な酒たくさん並ぶアジトさっきまで六本木で収録ラジオそっからテレビ撮影するはしごカメラたち追いかけてる俺たちを大好きピカピカのダイヤ暗いとこ輝いてる毎晩 Nice to meet you する挨拶 I'm so happy ありがたいな I get money
Nah, don't sing in English.
Star I get money I'm a star お金稼ぐ 俺らはスターお金稼ぐ私はスタースタースタースタースターキラキラ私はスター私はスター
Wow.
すいません時間です
Sleeping in the bathtub is dangerous.
Yeah, you're definitely right. It's definitely a little brothel.
Megan.
I just didn't want to be like disrespectful because I was like, I don't know, maybe it's a bathhouse. I don't want to be like disrespectful of the culture.
I'd go to a brothel.
But no, the minute he was like, your time's up, she walked out pulling up her towel. I was like, oh, I know what they were doing.
The nasty. Well, yeah. Wataki akishita. Sta.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Anything else to add?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
All right. Take us out.
Alrighty. I think the only thing that we super have to promote is make sure. When is it? Oh, September 7th. Make sure to get your tickets and stuff to Adult Prom down in Colorado Springs. And then next month after that, on October 12th, correct?
Yes.
On October 12th, whole Street Champs Network will be down in Pueblo turning up. Halloween event going live, bunch of fun things.
Yeah. And if you like Ramirez and Germ, hit me up. We got some tickets. My boy Ricky's opening for him in Colorado Springs. Suicide Boys shit. They're saying the Suicide Boys might pull up. They're already in Colorado. Who knows? But yeah.